Hey folks, what's up? Lex here, and it was an interesting day today. I woke up and realized I couldn't breathe, which is never a good thing, right? I don't know why I have my headphones on. Let me take those off. But yeah, so I woke up this morning, realized I can't breathe. Why? Turns out the power went out. I use a CPAP machine, so when the power goes out, my machine goes out and I can't breathe, and obviously that tells me, oh, the power's out. So we had no idea when it was going to come back on. I thought instead of just kind of sitting around the house, I'd go to Goodwill. They open at 8 o'clock in the morning, and this was about 8:30, so went to Goodwill. Usually not too many people there early in the morning, which is fantastic. Don't have to worry about sharing the aisles with other people and stuff like that. And yeah, I went for high value items. Again, that's kind of the strategy that I have right now is if I'm going to buy something, it needs to be at least $30 gross for me to, go ahead and pay up for it. And you know what? I guess it was my lucky day because I got 3 bags full of clothes here that are all pretty high in value. Of course, high is relative and all that good stuff, but I'll show you and I'll try to explain comps and all that kind of stuff. And if I'm feeling like it, I'll put the comps right up here, but that does take, maybe an hour or two of extra work, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get started here. First thing I'm going to show you, and this is in no real order, I guess. I found this. This was $8.99, so on the higher side there. It's hard to hold up. It's a Nike Arkansas Razorbacks hoodie. Really nice, really good condition. It's got kind of the striped strings here. Show you guys the tag real quick. There's the tag there. I try to stay away from college hoodies. I try to stay away from Nike, but this was just too cool to leave. I can probably get 35 to 40 for it. So my net will probably be around the $10 to $20 range on it. Just depends. Alright, where am I going to put these? I'll just put them in a pile over here. Alright, next up. This is not a clothing item, but my son picked this out. He went with me, and he was a trooper because we were there for a couple of hours. It's a Casio graphing calculator. It didn't turn on. It looked like there's a little bit of corrosion in the battery compartment. I was iffy on it. It was $5.50. But my son wanted to try to salvage it, and he is a whiz with like components and circuitry and electronics, and he likes to take stuff apart and all that kind of stuff. So worst case scenario, it'll be for his scrap bin. But if we can get it working, maybe $35 to $45 worth of comps on that. So, all right, next up. I'll put this over here. This was a brand that I'd never heard of before. It's called Kerrits. Show you the tag there. Kerrits. I know it's kind of overexposed and everything. I'm trying to get good lighting here, but I'm like jammed up against a wall, so it's kind of hard. But this is just a long sleeve, quarter zip, whatever you want to call it. On the back here, it's got the Kerrit logo. You can kind of see it. Kind of focusing there. Yeah, never heard of this brand, but I looked up comps on it, and comps were pretty good. I think I can get 30 to 35 for it. $6.99 is how much I paid for it. It's a very nice light green color. So we'll see how that brand does. Next up, we have this Nike Dry Fit Steelers long sleeve shirt. The Dry Fit logo there at the bottom. This was $5.99. I think you can get 24 to 30 for this here. Again, I try to stay away from Nike. I'm going to be made a liar in this video because I've actually picked up quite a few Nike things. The reason I try to stay away from Nike is because the market is so flooded with Nike stuff. It's hard to compete. You have to promote, if it's not a unique item, you have to promote the item heavily. So that takes, you know, fees out of there. Put the receipt over here. And that was the first bag, so let's go on to the next one. All right, next up we have this Adidas green jacket, zip jacket, and it's got like a bronze logo and a bronze zipper there. There is a flaw here with it. The little hanger piece is broken off here. I didn't think this was such a big deal, so, you know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I just don't think so. And on the back there, just nothing, but it's kind of like this dark green color. Really nice. I couldn't really find this one exactly, I don't think, but I think I can get at least $35 for it, but probably more, just because of how unique it looks. I paid $9.99 for this. I actually contemplated this for a while, probably about like 5 minutes, just looking for comps. I Google lensed it. I just wanted to find something solid about it, and yeah, maybe I can get like 50 for it. Who knows? Who knows? That's a good way to source. Let's buy this for $10. Who knows? Now, this was the most expensive item from the trip. It's a TYR, or maybe it's tier. I don't know how to say that. There's the logo. Okay. And it's this jacket. It's really long, and it's got a zipper this way up here, and it's got a zipper down here as well. I don't know what you call that. I was able to find comps on it, and they were kind of all over the place, but I think I can at least get $60 for this. There were a few that went for $80. So I'll probably list at $80 at the higher end and see what I can get. But I paid... Let's see if that can actually focus there. I don't know if you can see that, but I paid $20 for this. Don't particularly like spending that much on a single item, but the comps were pretty strong on this. The sell-through was pretty strong. You know, there's multiple of these going for at least $60, so I feel pretty safe. It's going to cost me probably $13 to ship it. Might be able to get away with around $10 or so to ship it. So I'm already in it for, let's say, $35 rounding up. And, you know, it's going to be probably $10 in fees, so that's $45. So in the end, you know, maybe I can get $15 net profit on this, but I'm hoping for a little bit more than that. Next up, we have this. Man, that is so bright. I'm sorry, guys. I am truly sorry. Yeah, that's just not working. Maybe we can turn this off here. Now, see, then it's too dark, but you can see the tag at least. San Solil. I don't know. I've never heard of this brand before, but this was a very nice long sleeve quarter zip with a paisley design on it. It is, let's see. So it's 92% polyester, 8% spandex, and it's got a UV50 and cooling system in the fabric here. So I was looking at comps. Comps look like 25 to 30, but I think I might be able to get 35 for this because of the paisley design and the coloring, and it's also got this zipper here with the like gem in it or whatever. So I paid $6.99 for that. This was a very unique item. I paid $5.99 for this. It's an Adidas onesie for a woman or a man. Adidas. There you go. No, it was in the women's section, so I'll call it a women's onesie. It's got a little zip thing here on the back. Couldn't find this exactly, but other onesies were going for, I don't know, $35 to $45. And this is really nice. It's got that pattern. You can see It's kind of a reflective pattern there. Bright red. It's awesome. Again, $5.99 for that. All right, next up we have this Athleta heathered hoodie shirt. But it's got this, like, I don't know, like a kind of a raised neck to it. It's not quite a cowl. See on the bottom there, it's long tail. Very nice material, very soft. Athleta is a workout brand. Let me show you the tag there. Athleta. I have picked up a couple of shirts in the past. I think I've sold one shirt in the past, and I have 2 that are on my store now. Athleta is a brand that has been recommended by channels that I watch. Unfortunately, I haven't had the greatest success with it, but I think I can get $35 for this here. It's very nice. Certainly, it's a brand with a pretty good sell-through, but like I said, I haven't had the best success with Athleta. So, all right, next up, I paid $7.99 for this Thrasher magazine sweatshirt hoodie. Show you the tag here. There it is. And I think I can get $35 for this here. This was this was interesting, and I debated picking this up, but I was like, man, this is so cool. How could I not? I paid $6.99 for this Nike. I think it's a tennis dress. I think that's what it is. It's got the big Nike logo there on the bottom. It's like a pink and black. Got the Nike logo there on the back as well. And then we also have the red Nike tag there. So very cool. $6.99 for that. Comps. I couldn't find that exactly, but it looked like I could probably at least get $35 for it. That's what I'm hoping. And another Nike thing, after I said earlier that I try to stay away from Nike, but I just found so many like cool Nike things. This is like a thick mesh Nike shirt here, and it's got this wild logo print on the sides. I picked this up and I'm like, wow, this is cool. There's one listed right now on eBay. There's the tag or the logo on the back there. There's one listed on eBay right now. I think it's listed for $40 altogether. But the account that's selling it has like a 95% feedback. So I'm wondering if I put this up there at $39.95 with my 100% feedback score, maybe we can get it to move. Again, no solds for this one, but it was just so unique. I had to pick it up. This was $7.99 too. So I'm taking a risk with that, but I think it's a pretty solid risk because that's a quality item right there in terms of like feel of material and stuff like that. It's got a good brand. Hopefully it'll sell. Next up we have this Patagonia, which is a key brand that I was taught early on. This Patagonia hooded long sleeve women's like workout shirt. It's got this interesting kind of shaping to the hood where it crosses over there. I'm terrible with women's clothing and what everything's called. There's the printed on Patagonia label there. And then it's also got this weird zip pocket here in the back, like on the side. I don't know if that's for like to put like a ring or something like that, but just to take it off when you're working out. But yeah, so this was $5.99 for this Patagonia shirt here. Patagonia is a brand that I was told early on is a bolo, which I don't like using that word. It's one of those words that, like moist for a lot of other people, that just annoys me. But yeah, that was kind of a BOLO brand. Buy it on site. You know, you don't pay up for everything that's Patagonia, but my success with Patagonia has kind of been middling. I have sold Patagonia. I've sold a couple of things. I've not made a lot of money on Patagonia. I think what I've sold has been in the $20 to $30 range, maybe even less than that. But Patagonia has the benefit of being a popular brand, so it's a brand that people want, and then also, you know, it has a good sell-through rate because of that. So it's always worth looking up a Patagonia item if you find it in the wild. All right, the penultimate shirt here is a Death to the Pixies 2018 tour shirt. I said in, I think it was my last video, it might have been 2 videos ago, that I really like picking up band shirts. Not all bands, not all tour shirts. I must throw that out there. It is not an absolute, but they're all worth looking up for sure. This was $5.99. Couldn't find this shirt exactly, but there was one shirt that sold for like $40 by this band. So we'll have to put it up there and just see what happens, see what we can get, and all that good stuff. It's a more recent shirt, so it's not vintage or anything like that. If it were vintage, it would probably go for a good amount and move quickly. That will probably sit for a little bit, but I'm willing to let it sit for a little bit if it can get me at least $30. So, all right, and the final find and the best find of the day. This was interesting because I was going through the racks, the t-shirts. I, you know, looked through every single t-shirt, men's t-shirt that was there, and I come to this. It was like during the last stretch, and I'm like, this looks interesting. It's not branded. It's not like an official t-shirt of anything, but it looks really cool. It also looks vintage. And so I did some looking, and I couldn't really find it at first. And then I saw a name on the shirt with a copyright logo, and then searched that name and whatever's on the shirt, and was very happy with what I saw. This is, at first glance, a skeleton t-shirt, right? It's just a t-shirt with skeleton bones on it on the back there. It's really cool, right? But it's not branded or anything like that. Except if you look right here, you can kind of see, if it'll focus correctly, that says Leslie Arwin 1978 copyright. This is also a raised print off of this, and it's got the little size sticker there. You got an older, if I can get it to focus, Fruit of the Loom tag, and it's got the sales tag on it. Again, I'm so sorry for the lighting, guys. Lex, what are you doing, man? Get some better lighting, please. All right, so this was tagged 2013 Out of This World, Mendocino, California for $19.95. So, is it vintage? I don't know. I don't think so, but it is of that ilk. You know what I mean? It's of that ilk. So, comps on this were ranging from like $50 to $100, but there were also some sold that were like $25. I paid $3.99 for it, so I don't know what it's going to end up getting. It's so cool. I'm going to list it for a higher amount for sure, and we'll see what we can get there. So, grabbing my Goodwill receipt here, unraveling it, we paid a subtotal of $116.36 for everything there. I am estimating, on the conservative side, hopefully a profit of about $300 there. Hoping for more, but that's kind of my conservative guess. And even then, that sounds kind of low, so that's why it's conservative, right? Anyway, that's going to do it for this haul video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the pieces that I got here. I think I did a pretty good job picking things that will be desirable and things that will sell pretty well. We'll just have to wait and see, right? Anyway, until next time, this is Lex, signing off.